here. Before we start, we have to thank a few people. First of all, I'd like to thank the people who helped me with the script, in particular a chap that I've never met before until tonight. He was very kind to me. He gave me his script. I used an awful lot of his punchlines. I think I might have used one of his characters. You can tell me that afterwards. And that's Gabriel O'Donoghue, and he's down there in the room. I'd like to thank him very much for that. I also like to thank Don McLean, another man who used to play with the O'Connells. He's writing a wee bit for the Independent now. I give him the script and he added a few little punchlines. And Benny Sands, who's in the play, who also wrote a bit. And the reason why I'm saying that is because if there's any libel here tonight, talk to them, not me. In relation to the actual stage itself, I'd like to thank Tom McMahon, our local builder, and Tom Morgan, who ably assisted him, although it's very hard to saw a timbo with the cover on it, and Tom tried to do it here one day. It was one of those things there, but we got through it anyway. In relation to the props and the backdrop, I'm indebted to the college in town, to the vocational college in town, for doing this, and in particular to Mick Chandler, the teacher who organised it all for me, and he done it very well. I think he deserves a round of applause. And finally, before we start, it's all, I won't say it's a clean bit of fun, but it's all a bit of fun, and I hope that nobody takes offence from it. It's meant a wee bit of crack, boys, nothing else. If you're narrow-minded, now's the time to leave.
Ollie, sit down.
You went on to be a priest, you see. So, that's it. If I've left anybody out, I do apologise. I've got no script here in front of me. And I hope the cast have no script as well. So, we called the players, or the play, Was It After Hours? Seemingly there was a script in Dundalk called Was It After Hours. It's pure by coincidence, nothing else. But so I'll give you now Was It After Hours? And I'd ask Jimmy, and the cast will come out that way in a second, so if you can just keep the thing clean, or clear. So, here we go.
Oh, please stand.
I wish mine stood. Madam Clerk, is there much on the agenda today?
No, Your Honour, this will be a short session.
Oh, thank God for that. After the session I had last night, I wouldn't be able for 2 long sessions in a row. Madam Clerk, let's go ahead, please, let's go ahead. Is there much on the agenda?
No, Your Honour.
No, that's okay, right, go ahead.
You must have gone out of the wrong side of the bed this morning.
What do you mean?
That thing you have in your head.
Jesus, you're right. I only hope it was the right bed. My God, what was I at? Oh, my God, Jesus. That's much better. Now, Madam Clerk, people say I'm a poor judge, but I tell you this, I'm a fine judge of whiskey, and that's what happened to me last night. Oh, Jesus, bear with me. Now, go ahead. Madam Clerk, please call. What is the worst case anyway?
It's after hours drinking in Byrnes on the main street.
Not again. My God. What legal is going to represent this state?
Your Honour, we are privileged to have Miss Gerry Pierce, the solicitor who successfully appealed the conviction of the Guildford Four.
We are truly honoured. Is the good lady in court yet?
Yes, Your Honour, I'll come.
You are most welcome, Miss Pierce, to our humble court. Who represents the defence?
Mr. Doc Laboratory, Your Honour.
Oh, Jesus, that reminds me, I forgot to go this morning. Oh, excuse me. Well, is he in court?
Have no fear, the dock is here. The legal from Tammany. And by the way, Madam Clerk, the name is Lavery, not Lavatory. There's nothing ever dirty about the Docks family. Except there was, of course, Uncle Willie. He had a few rather peculiar tendencies in his latter years.
Mr. Lavery, we do not want to hear about your Willie, or anyone else's Willie.
Sorry.
Don't tell me Patsy Byrne is looking for free legal aid.
No, Your Honour, he just wants the best money can buy, so naturally he came to the dock. That makes sense, Your Honour.
Haha, Doc, may I tell you you're up against it today?
Up against it? I haven't been up against it for weeks. But come to think of it, Miss Pierce, she got her result over in the English courts. Today she's up against the Irish courts. Different ballgame altogether. We're very confident of that. Go ahead, Your Honour. No problem.
Miss Pierce, did you know Doc and I went to law school together?
No, Your Honour, I didn't.
But we did. Doc, do you remember the night we got drunk? And I fixed you up with that big busty blonde.
Don't talk to her.
Oh, what's this? What's her name?
You mean Big Bertha?
Yes, and she would say no to her corpse. I wonder whatever happened to her, Doc. That a big ugly sod.
I married her. Fucking junior always is a loser.
Oh my God. See what law school did for you, Doc. Now let's get started, please.
Before we start, Your Honour, I believe you underwent an operation recently, and I must say how fit and well you're looking.
Oh, thank you, Miss Pierce. That is most kind of you.
Pray tell me, Your Honour, what was the nature of your operation?
Miss Pierce, could we say it was mostly private?
Your Honour, I would also like to say how well you're looking. And I hope is that a flying aircraft one of the big problems over there in the control room. James, sort it out, please. And I would just like to say that I hope all the parts are getting working all, and the surgeon, like, that he didn't make it balls.
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc.
Quite well.
Now let's get started. Miss Pierce, I presume you would like to call the Garda who issued the summonses in the first place.
Yes, Your Honour, I would like to call Garda Randy Hitchcock to the stand, please. Garda Randy Hitchcock to the stand, please.
Oh, Jesus, I'm full of wind. Bloody new Chinese restaurant, I told you on the van. Excuse me, Madam Clerk. I think you have you got a box or something to put that man standing on? We neither see him nor hear him. That's much.
Such a big truncheon for a little man.
I'll never be seen. Oh, sorry, Mama. Sorry.
Now, Randy, you please take the book in your right.
I swear, I should give me the whole truth, nothing but it. So help me God.
Continue, Miss
Can you
Pierce.
please tell us your name and rank, please, Garda?
Oh, my name is Garda Randy Hitchcock, spelled with a H.
Can be Garda Hitchcock. How did a man of your size ever get into the Garda Síochána?
It's not Hitchcock, Your Honour, it's Hitchcock. And I get done a correspondence course.
And how did you manage to get through Temple Moor without them noticing this lack of your centimetres?
I didn't go to Templemore, I give them me height in centimetres instead of inches.
And what happened on the day you passed out?
I pass out every Saturday anyway.
No, I mean the day you passed out of Temple Moor.
Oh, sorry, I rang in and told them I had to skip on.
I beg your pardon?
I rang in and told them I had to skip.
I suppose next you'll tell us you're going to be promoted to sergeant?
Well, not yet.
Sorry for the interruption, Miss Pierce. Please continue.
Now, Garda Hitchcock, could you please tell the court what happened?
I tell you, it's Hitchcock, not Hitchcock, ma'am.
Oh, sorry, please continue.
Well, what summons is this? Hold on, I have a couple of summonses here. Split egg news selling goat's milk without a licence. Fraudulent information, Fat Pat the chef giving bookies tips around the pubs. That's for the fraud squad. Oh God, here's another one, Byrne. No, that's not me, that's me against me, Byrne, a 10 and teenage disco. This for the Court of Performing Rights and for Larry Sweeney in the Blue Room. That's not mine. Oh yes, I have it, Bones, Main Street, Castlebellingham. Jeez, when the christening at Main Street, they couldn't do any better. Well, actually, thanks, we'll just hold on. Oh, yes. At 1:15 a.m. on Saturday, the 28th of February, I left Tom, you know, Buck me, Geeney, and went home to change into my uniform.
Objection, Your Honour.
On what grounds, Doc?
Where would you get a uniform to fit in?
I bought it in Junior's in a Dundalk shopping centre during the sales.
Objection overruled. Please continue, Garda Hitchcock.
About time.
Haha, I got it right this time.
After leaving Heaney's and heading towards the barracks, I heard a voice in Mickey the Liar's Kung Fu saying, "Give it to Nicky." Seeming that I knew this man to be a Tipperary man, I decided to investigate it later. I put on my uniform and went back down the village. When passing Byrnes Pub, I heard a lot of noise, and I assumed there were people drinking after hours. I knocked on the window and declared, "Garda on duty." Nobody answered. I knocked a second time, and a voice from within said, "Will you turn the fucking television up? You can't hear with all the background banging." I then proceeded to the rear of premises where I gained admission to Mrs. Byrne's cat flap.
Objection, Your Honour.
Why do you continually interrupt my client?
Doc, on what grounds do you object?
Well, I mean, everybody from the locality knows that Mrs. Byrne doesn't keep cats. Although, having said that, she did rear a crier called the Bimbo.
Sean Geeney hasn't hair, but he keeps a comb.
Objection overruled. And Mr. Lavery, if you object once more, I will have to take you from the courthouse.
Sorry, Your Honour.
Please continue.
When I entered the premises, I encountered only one couple in the lounge. Their names were Patsy and Alice. Patsy told me he was the local doctor and that Alice was the district midwife, and they were visiting the publican's wife as she was very ill. Assuming that this was an emergency, I allowed them to leave.
Did you book these people?
No, I allowed them to leave. Suddenly it was an emergency, you know, could be a maternity case or something.
And what happened next, Father?
I then entered a public bar where at least 25 people were drinking. All of them were drinking, and drink was still being served by Mickey Shingles Byrne.
What time was this at?
1:40, I think. I'm sure that no one drink would be served, and I took out my little black book and proceeded to take names.
Jolly good. Did you get all the names, Father?
I'm definitely not sure, but I have some here. I definitely booked the following: Clint Eastwood, Bob Geldof, Little Bo Peep, Sean Geeney, Mary Robinson, Ronald Regan, Sharon Stone, Florence Nightingale, and some little smart arse with a Dublin accent. They call himself John Bellotti, but I ain't have my doubt about
Thank you, Father. Did you then clear the premises?
that. Yes, I got Little Bo Peep to go and they all followed.
Order in my courthouse, please.
I rest my case, Your Honour. The people on the premises were drinking after hours, and if you've any balls left after your operation, you'll arrest them.
Miss Piercy has no balls, that's why he's known as Justice Mickey.
Enough of that, Mr. Lavery. Would you like to cross-examine the witness, Miss Pierce?
No, I think it's up to me. I'll commence.
Well, Doc,
Yes,
have you not said enough?
No, not yet at all. I have a few questions to ask.
Well, please continue then.
Now, Garda Hitchcock, are you looking over me when I'm speaking to you?
Listen to you, sir, Consul.
You said that you entered the premises through a cat flap, but I have reason to believe that this isn't true.
It is true, sir.
But I put it to you that in fact you got in through the window of the ladies' toilet, much I might add, to the surprise and delight of one Gerry McGrory from the Lynch.
Jesus, yes, you're right.
Is this not true?
I suppose you said Hitchcock coming.
Yes, and I couldn't see her ears with the smile on her face.
Well, it's obviously she's not too happy at home then, wherever she's with her. Sorry. Secondly, Garda Hitchcock, how did you know that there were at least 25 people on the premises, if in fact you didn't get 25 names?
I counted them.
You mean you counted the money you collected? I put it to you that in fact, according to information I received from a Mr. Patrick Hand, and he doesn't miss a lot, you made a collection for the Garda Benevolent Fund, and you got £25 from everybody present. Is this not true?
Well, it's not exactly true. I got £24, and I got an IOU from a fella called Aidan Dullivan.
And what's new about that?
Well, he's normally looking for 3 sips for the price of 2 in the Finn if Monday.
Someone said he broke into a fiver lately, is that right?
I believe so. That's the next case coming up next Wednesday.
Please continue, Doc. Please continue.
This case is not about Aidan Dullivan, please. No, I want to ask you, Garda Hitchcock, and please concentrate before you answer these questions, because this is not a trivial matter we have here, and I'd just like everyone to take it in the serious matter it is, right? Did everybody leave the premises of their own free will?
Oh, yes. I
believe differently. Did you not start singing Hucklebuck Shoes and clear the place the same as you've done in the castles these last 23 years?
No, I did not. In fact, I sang My Hometown Dundalk, accompanied by Geraldine Hatch.
My God, that would definitely clear him.
Finally, Garda Hitchcock, a simple little question for obviously a simple little man. What time is it?
Sorry, sir, I don't have a watch.
Well, then how did you know it was 1:40 on the night in question?
I asked the barman.
No, you're getting confused. You in fact asked the barman for whiskey and he said 1:40.
I told you at the start of this case, I don't drink whiskey, it gives me the skittle.
Well, it's obvious it didn't agree with you. The night you got sick all over Marion Conlon Scare, the one she was after buying that day in Oxford. When David gave her a cue bob in the side.
She didn't find me teeth, did she, by any chance?
Sure. Marion would be able to lend you a set.
I don't think it fit me.
No, you want something very small to fit you in all departments. Now, Your Honour, I'd just like to say, it's very obvious from the evidence from this Garda that he himself was drunk during all these happenings. And in fact, it wasn't after closing time. I don't really know why I'm here. This case is so easy on my behalf.
Objection, Your Honour. He is assuming that the Garda was drunk and that it was after closing time.
I agree with you, Miss Pearce. Mr. Lavery, can you prove to me that both accusations you have made is true?
Yes, of course, Your Honour, I can prove it. May I call as witnesses some of the people who are present?
Mr. Lavery, I will allow you to call 3 witnesses.
Oh,
only.
that should be easy enough to sway the case. Thank you, Your Honour. In fact, the witnesses I'm calling, they're not even listed by this so-called efficient little Garda Itchycock or whatever he calls himself.
Miss Pearce, any further questions for the Garda?
Yes, Your Honour.
Please proceed.
Now, Garda Hitchcock, I believe you informed the court that you could smell something burning on the evening. Is that true?
Yes, Mickey Shingle said it was only the smoke as the extractor fan was broken again.
Thank you. No further questions.
You misstepped down, Garda.
Thank you, Your Honour.
But don't leave the court, please, until the case is finished. Give him a hand down, Madam Clerk, in case it's a long way down for a little man like him. Madam Clerk, when you have the first witness sworn in, would you ever get me a pint of milk in a black glass, please? My stomach is starting to boil up, please.
Yes, Your Honour.
Please, I'd like to call Mr. Julian Clary. Calling Julian Clary, please.
Get back to me, Nicky.
Take the book in your right hand and swear after me.
Oh, I never swear.
Well, take the book, and the evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
The evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God. Thank you.
Could I ask you, please, what is your name?
Julian, but all my friends call me Julie.
I can see with that get up, you're too many of them around here. Let's leave it at Julian anyway. Now, for the benefit of the people who do not know you, can you tell us where you are from and what exactly, if anything, you work at?
Excuse me, Doc. We would also like to know, Is it male or female?
Excuse me, Your Honour. Well, I'm from London and I work as a TV presenter. Your Honour, in answer to your question, I'm a transvestite with certain homosexual tendencies.
What does he mean, Doc?
My God, Your Honour, like we did go to law school together, and how come that I advanced so much and you're still back in the dark age of the matter? That's neither here nor there. It simply means he likes dressing up in women's clothes. And he'd prefer having a sexual relationship with a man than a woman. It's quite common nowadays. But
just like my wife, yes.
No, Your Honour. The difference between Julian and your wife is that Julian was, believe it or not, he was born a man. I don't know where Paddy went wrong after that, but he was actually born a man.
Doc, I want you to know my wife wasn't born, she was invented. You know, I think there is something queer about this case, but rather than confuse anybody, we will please continue.
All right, Julian, can you please tell the court and myself and the justice here, tell us please, where were you on the night of the 28th of February last?
This is most embarrassing, must I?
Yes, you must do. Yes. Remember, you are on the road, Julian.
Your Honour, I've been on the worse.
Please stick to the proceedings, Julian. Please.
Well, Your Honour, I flew over to Ireland that day because I had arranged to meet my friend Emmett in the park. And after arriving in Dublin Airport, instead of taking a right turn outside the airport, I took a left.
And can I ask you, Julian, why did you not notice your mistake?
Well, you see, Doc, I was so excited and looking forward to seeing my friend Emmett that my mind was millions of miles away. You see, I hadn't seen my friend Emmett since his stag party, and that was 6 months earlier.
Well, could I ask you then, after this, where did you end up?
You mean after the stag party?
No, not at all. I mean, when you took the wrong turn, where did you end up?
I ended up in a cute little hamlet called Castlebellingham.
Very interesting. And can I ask you, why didn't you turn back?
Well, I asked one of the locals where I was, and she said it was a gay little village called Castlebellingham. Naturally, I decided to stay overnight.
Well then, this doesn't really make sense. What about your friend? What about this so-called Emmett?
Well, I rang him on his mobile phone, but all I got was, "Your call is being diverted, please hold. Your call is being diverted, please hold."
That'd be Emmett. He's very fond of holding somebody. Well, who answered? Who answered to him?
Well, some grubby man with a very deep voice who said, "Garda headquarters, Phoenix Park, can I help you?" I said, "I wish to speak to Emmett." And he said, "Read the papers in the morning," and he hung up.
We are not interested in your private life. Please, where are you in Byrnes Pub on February the 28th?
Well, yes, Your Honour. You see, I was looking for some fags, and I decided to experience some Irish hospitality.
Well, Julian, we Irish, we are very friendly. Wouldn't you agree?
Certainly not that night. When I sat up at the bar, everyone moved away as if there was something wrong with me.
I suggest you look in the mirror if you think there is nothing wrong with you. Ducky?
No, Your Honour, please, Your Honour, this is a proper law. I didn't expect a comment like that coming from you. No, in actual fact, Julian, they probably found your dress somewhat strange and wanted to see what it looked like from a distance. Anyway, by that, what happened next?
Well, I started drinking, and every time the barman put a drink up in front of me, he told me it was the wee man at the bottom of the bar in the blue suit had bought me that drink.
Right, and could I ask you please, do you see this man just look out in front of you? Is this man in court today?
Yes, but only when you put him standing on the box, though. I think his name is Randy Hitchcock. Randy by name, I think Randy by nature.
And could I ask you, did he leave his seat at any stage of the night?
Yeah, on one occasion he went to talk to a funny-looking foreigner, and then finally after buying me 6 Camparis and sodas, he finally plucked up the courage to come over and chat me up.
And could you tell the court, please, what did he say?
Well, after I put him sitting on my knee, he said to me, "What's a nice girl like you doing in a place like this?" To which I replied, waiting for a nice boy like you to come around.
Do you wear glasses, Julian?
No, Your Honour.
Well, I think you need them if you think Gary Hitchcock is a nice guy. My God, Sean Mully would look better on the Monday morning with a string around his back and without his hair combed.
All right, enough of it, Sean. It's not more than any characters around here. Please, Dara, did Dara Hitchcock, did he chat you up for long?
Yeah, I would say about 5 minutes. He then invited me outside to show me his in-car entertainment.
And did you leave with him?
Yes, we both left together at exactly 10 minutes to 11.
How do you know it was 10 to 11?
Well, Doc, some gorgeous man called Tom Morgan said, "Hi, son, you're leaving early tonight, Randy. It's only 10 to 11. To which Randy replied, "Man's got to do what a man's got to do." He pointed at moi.
Moi? Very nice. That's French. Your Honour, that's French.
Thank you, Doc. You all look French.
And, could I ask you, Julian, did you go to his car?
Yeah, well, he escorted me to his car. We both went for the rear. I asked him to turn on his in-car entertainment, and he said, could we not have some foreplay first?
You've gone far enough, Julian. My God, I suppose the next thing we will be given a practical demonstration.
Your Honour, please, I beg you to let Julian continue. The evidence he's given, it's very relevant to the case, and please allow him to continue.
Okay, but it must be kept clean. Please.
Please continue, Julian.
Well, you see, Your Honour, I thought foreplay was an Irish ballad group. So I said, okay. But to my delight, he jumped on me like a raging bull. I said, slow down, Randy. We've got all night. But he said, the way I'm feeling, I can't wait that long.
Sorry, Julian, what do you mean by that? Wait for what?
Well, Doc, I'm not quite sure. Because he suddenly discovered there was more to me between the thighs. Sorry, I mean that meets the eyes.
Well, boy, all these actions of his. What did he say?
Doc, he said nothing.
That's what I was afraid of.
He simply opened the passenger door. And I slipped out. Mind you, I don't remember slipping in. He then started up the car and drove off in a northerly direction. Sorry.
Now, Your Honour, as this witness has clearly stated, there is no doubt about it. Darn little Randy Hitchcock was rotten drunk in the night. I mean, there is no case here at all. And not only that, but he left the village in a hurry. He rushed away early. I mean, this case, I don't think we have a case here to defend at all. I have nothing else to say to you, Julian. Thank you for your cooperation. I see you cooperate with a good Julian did too.
Anytime, Doc. Anytime.
Order, please. Thank you, Doc. Now, Miss Pierce, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honour.
Please proceed.
Thank you. Now, Julian, you state in your evidence that the father bought you 6 Camparis and sodas. Is this true?
Yes, Miss Pierce. He was very, very keen.
In return, you seem to be giving him a lot of cigarettes?
Yeah, well, he had said he'd left his fags in Castlebellingham. Oh, and Tom Heaney's in Castlebellingham.
Oh, yes, well, that is a well-known place for fags, all right. I see Brian up there. He knew all about that. Yeah. Go ahead. Sorry about that.
Thank you, Your Honour.
And the way he walks, especially. Go ahead.
You may step down, Julian.
Thank you, Your Honour.
Madam Clerk, when you are ready, I need another pint of that milk in the black glass, please.
Dan, but just for the benefit of everyone that's here, I will. I now call Mr. Orinoco Kamasutra.
You can't
Madam Clerk, along with all your other deficiencies, are you deaf also? I said I called Mr. Orinoco Kamasutra. Even Mickey Ryan down there can understand that. I'm Mickey from the backward street in the dog, right, Mickey? I don't see the humour in that. What you laugh at, I don't think that's really funny. Anyway, excuse me, all right, Your Honour, just for the sake of having a quiet life, but I don't think that's a bit humorous.
I know you're having a quiet life, Mr. Laverty, but please continue.
You know, I don't think that's a bit humorous, but just for quiet life, I will call on myself just to get ahead with this case. I call to the court, please, Mr. Orinoco Kamasutra.
Great to have you here, wasn't
You see how
Will you swear on the Bible?
No!
Good day, one.
I don't swear. I'm a very funny man.
No, that's not what I mean. Just repeat after me.
Asshole.
The evidence that I shall give
The evidence.
shall be the truth,
Show me the truth.
the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
And nothing but the truth.
So help me God.
So help me God. For the benefit of the people here in the court, could I please ask you, and remember this is a courthouse we're in. What? Pray tell us all. What is your name? Orinoco Kamasutra. That's all. And could I ask you, where do you, where do you come from? I come from Tokyo, Japan. Mr. Kamasutra, it's just these people, from around a rural village like this, they're not really used to seeing something like you appearing here, Could you just please tell them, what in actual fact, if any, what is your occupation? What is occupation? I mean, what do you work at? I am a language translator. Well, I'll tell you one thing, you're not doing a very good job for yourself. Well, can you explain again I know all of this naturally enough, I'm a well-travelled man, but for the sake of everyone else here, can you explain more fully just what exactly that means? At the University of Tokyo, I study Russian and Japanese languages. I now work for international companies, translating Russian and Japanese into English.
Russian? That's a strange language for a Japanese.
Yes, but we had a very good lecturer. He had no testicles. They called him Professor. He came my butt off.
I beg your pardon.
He came my butt off.
Are you not a writer?
No. That was my brother Harney. He wrote the book Kamasutra.
Could you tell me, Mr. Kamasutra, what is it about?
How to make love in 96 positions. That's all.
You wouldn't by any chance have that one for everybody in the audience, would you?
No. But I believe it's going for sale in tall brides in the morning.
I know who'll get the first one. Mr. Kamasutra, all Japanese people have a name. It does mean something. What does Kamasutra mean?
To your feet. That's all.
I heard from the result and I heard Town will be looking for one of them.
Now, Your Honour, please, this is an important case, and some of the time now you're not treating this as such. Can we please get back to the case we were here for?
Sorry, Doc. Please continue. By the way, Kamasutra, I'm no arsehole.
Asshole? Not asshole. Mr. Kamasutra, which international company are you working for in Ireland?
No. I have been invited to Ireland by the Castlebellingham Society for Cruelty to Animals.
I'm even getting confused listening to you. You've been invited to Ireland. Well, then obviously you've been invited to give a lecture.
No. To attend the wedding of Byrne and Karina Maggs. I believe that members of both families have very big difficulty understanding each other at the end of the night.
Very interesting. But where does... Again, I'm lost again. Where does the cruelty to animals come in?
Well, they asked me to look after the badger and the foxes that night as well.
I'll tell you one thing, I hope you don't get the job of looking after Paul. Anyway, sorry for that outburst. Mr. Kamasutra, please get back to the case in hand. Do you remember, Mr. Kamasutra, where you were on the night of February the 28th last?
I do indeed. My good friend James Clark invited me up for a meal at his residence at the Crescent Gates.
James Clark? And is James a friend of yours?
Oh, very good friend. You see, we understand each other very much. You see, we speak the same language.
Yes, that makes sense.
While I was there, I met Ronnie Linden. He told me he was very interested in Japanese culture and Japanese girls. He told me he would give me 3 lame, tame, blind, deaf and dumb pheasants when I returned to Tokyo. I believe he's a very good shot. But more so, he's a very nice man. That's all.
I'll tell you one thing, Mr. Kamasutra. If you're waiting on Ronnie to deliver all those, you don't want to be staying for the next Christmas knowing Ronnie's from around here.
Well, I might do. He's a very nice man.
Well, Mr. Kamasutra, let's get to the point. Where did you go then?
Well, Ronnie told me that he would take me down to Byrnes in the corner, but that it was members only. But he would get me in if I bought the points. That's all. And he also told me that he would introduce me to his long-life friend, Jim Limbo Carney, who was Prime Minister in the House of Commons for the last 35 years.
And what time, Mr. Kamasutra, did you go to Byrnes Pub at?
It was around 10 o'clock.
All right. Please continue.
Well, after buying Ronnie and his friends a couple of drinks, this little bucko in a blue suit, he accused me of being a foreigner. And to get out.
That wasn't very nice. And pray tell us, please, Mr. Kamasutra, what happened next?
Well, I took this to be an insult.
Yeah, fair enough.
And I ran the thump with the turnips in his underpants. Bellingham's oldest teenager. I think they call him Randy. Is he that?
But Mr. Kamasutra, why are you so angry? Did he, for why all this, did he actually threaten you?
Huh? He told me if I wasn't out of the premises by closing time, he would get Desi Topshelf Faulkner to measure me for a wooden suit.
That was the greatest insult you could get. even having the mint the top shelf. Oh, can I ask you, did you leave the premises then?
I drank my pint. And I left the premises, wouldn't you?
No doubt. And could I ask you please, again this is very relevant to the case we have. What time was this at?
Around 10 to 11.
Can I ask you, how do you know it was 10 to 11?
When the fight was in full swing, Ronnie leaned over me and he said it was a quarter to 11. He told me he had a message to do. He's a very nice man. Very nice.
All I can say is you must be definitely a very simple man, but irrespective of that, Your Honour, I mean, this again conclusively sways the case completely in my side. There is no doubt about it, absolutely no doubt about it, that this proves that Dad or Randy Hitchcock, he was drunk, and in actual fact, he definitely left the pub before closing time. Like, I mean, I don't see why this case is here at all today. I think it's actually a waste of time. Thank you, Mr. Cameron. You've been most kind and most informative.
Thank you, Doctor. Miss Pearce, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honour, I would.
Please continue.
Mr. Kamasutra, you stated you came to Ireland at the beginning of February, is that so?
Beginning of February.
Thank you.
Mr. Kamasutra, don't be rude to the lady.
The wedding is not until the end of August, Mr. Kamasutra, is that true?
I decided to make it into the holiday as well.
I have told you before.
Some holiday. No further questions, Your Honour, thank you.
Yes, and I have told you before. Don't be rude. I am no arsehole. You must step down, Mr. Kamasutra.
Sorry, Mr. Judge. Asshole.
No, but it doesn't work. By the way, I would like to see you after the court. I can't get the hang of the 69th position.
Asshole.
Jesus, that's it. I couldn't think of it. Oh, that's it. I couldn't think of it. Please step down, Mr. Kamasutra.
Please skip. Yes, Your Honour.
Mr. Lavery, by the time I could do with another pint of milk in a black glass, please. Oh yes. My stomach is settled now.
Your Honour and members of the court, I am forced to call the next witness up here, and it is going to it's going to be quite embarrassing for some of the gentlemen down there, especially Jimmy Cairns and Peter Bannon, because I think they're very familiar with this lady, although they might deny it. I would like to call... No, this is a court, this is quite serious. It's no use going right now, Peter, the damage has been done long ago.
Mr. Lavery, would you please continue?
Your Honour, I would like to call to the court Mrs. Biddy Maguire.
Calling Mrs. Biddy Maguire. Calling the Diesel Queen. I thought you were never going to call me. Me dillies are blue with the cows. Take this book. Yes, darling. And repeat after me. The evidence I shall give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. So help me God.
Don't need them, I've plenty of them at home.
Just say, I do, Mrs. Maguire.
I do, Mrs. Maguire.
Smart ass.
Big ass!
Ladies, please.
God, the smell. You smell.
Now, Mrs. Maguire, I'm going to ask Jimmy Cairns, but I'll ask you. Can you tell us where you live, Mrs. Maguire?
I live in the Horton site, see Bank, Castlebellingham.
Where do you live?
I said the Horton site, see Bank, Castlebellingham.
And if you don't believe me, ask Terry Mathis.
I didn't think Terry had it in. Oh, those I had heard from
He definitely does. Sure, didn't he break his arm one night when he fell out my caravan door? He said he tripped on the step, but actually he tripped on Tony Sherry, who was in his way in.
Now it's all coming out. Could you tell us, Mrs. McCoy, not that I want to know, I'm a respectable gentleman, but there's a few querularios down at the end of the quiz, maybe they want to know. Could you tell us, please, what do you work at?
I am a caravan wife by day, and by night I offer a service to the male community. Mr. Laverty?
No, it's Lavery, please, dear. Lavery, please.
Ah, fuck you, shithouse.
That's terrible language. But please, no, it's terrible language. I don't really know why I call this so-called lady here at all. But anyway, forgive my client, Your Honour. Please, don't be layering over like that. I said forgive her. Don't be put those thoughts away, Your Honour. You're there. Thank you. What do you mean? Mr. McGrory? You offer service to the community. Could you tell us a little bit more about the service, please?
Well, for a few quid, I do the male community a wee favour. Sure, I done the judge a wee favour last night.
That's why you were looking at her like that. I was wondering.
By the way, Mr. Judge, you wouldn't have me wig by any chance, would you?
It wasn't me, I was at home with the wife, I think.
Oh, Jesus, I must have made love with a ghost.
Don't be so ridiculous. Nobody ever made love to a ghost.
Oh, I have.
You made love to a ghost?
Oh, sorry, I thought you said a goat.
I don't think that's very nice. Please leave Tony Agnew out of this. No, fair is fair. He's a nice, respectable man. He wasn't one of the clients down there. Miss McGoyle, where were you? Could you please tell us, where were you on the evening of February the 28th?
Well, after cleaning my caravan and putting the children to bed, I jumped to my bike and I headed towards White's Cross for a bit of community service, so I did now there, Mr. Laverty.
Oh, so you did all right. And could I ask you, what time was this, Miss?
I know, I asked your man who plays the music at White's Cross, I think they call him Billy Byrne, is it? He told me it was 10 to 11, and he also told me he'd see me in an hour's time when Mary was asleep in the bed.
That doesn't surprise me at all. Vinny, he was always known with the good name in the bones, you know, the Holy Joe. But I always knew he was around.
Bimbo then?
Oh, poor Bimbo always took the flag. Bimbo was always that easy. But before that, please tell us, please, what happened next, Mr. McGuire?
Would you like me to demonstrate, Mr. Laverty?
Well, too many people present a minute. Go, please, continue now. Continue.
Well, I took up my usual stand like this. Then I noticed the car come from Belgium. It was swerving all over the fucking road, so it was.
Mind your language, young lady.
That's not what you said last night, Mr. Judge.
My
God. Could I ask you, Miss McGuire, this car that was swerving, did it stop?
Did it what? It stopped an ESB pole right beside me, like Sean Geeney did 20 years ago when he was arrested.
Do you remember that, Mr. Lavery?
I don't think that's very well.
Please continue, please continue.
Well, were you not frightened with these going-ons?
Frightened?
Took a lot to frighten you all the same.
Frightened? It frightened the shit out of me. You should have seen the skid marks on my neck, or so you should have.
Mrs. McGuire, enough of that, please, please.
So you've seen the skid marks on my neck, or didn't you, Mr. Judge? That reminds me. Who owns these false teeth?
Well, they're definitely not mine.
Well, they must be Marion Collins.
Well, sorry, who was in the car?
The girl from Belgium. I think they call him Itchy Cock or something.
Trying to be some itchy cocks after you. Sorry, I shouldn't have known it. Sorry, Your Honour.
Mr. Lavery, please keep it clean.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have made that comment. I'm sorry. And how did you, pray tell us, pray, well that's a good word from you, pray, you never pray in your life. But anyway, how did you know it was him?
Should he send me dole every Tuesday?
And when he came across you, or rather, you know, when he seen you, did he in actual fact, did he get out of his vehicle?
Did he get out? He fell out in his mouth and his nose. He looked up and he says, fuck, but you're in the car too. To which I replied, no thank you, Jesus.
And I asked you, Mrs. Maguire, how did he look to you? Although I don't know if you inspect your clients too much anyway, makes no
Well,
sense.
he looked like a man who could do with a good fed.
Mrs. McGuire, I will have no more of this. Please mind your language.
I said fed, not fuck, Mr. Judge.
And what else did Dada Hitchcock, what else did little itchy Dada Hitchcock have to say?
Well, he said he couldn't find his truncheon, and he asked me would I help him find it. But many's the one he found, many's another night.
And did you?
I asked him where did he have it last, and he said down the front of his trousers. I had a little search, but I couldn't find it.
But I mean, this is quite confusing. How could you, for an object like as small as that, how could you search in the dark?
Well, now I just groped around with me little hand, you know yourself, Mr. Judge.
And Dada Hitchcock, he's an upstanding member of the community. Did he not object to these actions of yours?
He said my hands were a bit rough, but I could search any day or night of the week, so I could.
And during all this going on, was the engine, was the engine in his car, was it still running?
No, but his pulse was racing somewhere. He said he could feel a swelling around his knee.
I don't know if I should continue this line of well, I might as well. I can't stop. You couldn't stop me. This is why we have to keep going. What did you do?
I told him I had the cure for that, but it would cost him. And cost him dearly.
And did he give you any money?
Well, now, indeed he did. He gave me £24, and he gave me an IOU from Aidan Dullen.
Ahead of him before he did.
And he gave me a bloom of Vaseline on it, called a condom from Brian Heaney.
Fuck me.
Probably saying, fuck me and away I wear that chunk for that's what he's going to do. And could I ask, where did you take him?
I turned my bike and I took him to the nearest field.
That sounds very interesting. Well, go on, tell the court, what happened next?
When we got inside the gate, I lay down, lifted up my skirt, and I told him he got anything he wanted. The little bollocks took me bike and headed for Ballymena.
That's Garra Randy Hitchcock. He hasn't got a brain in his head. Thank you, Mrs. Maguire. Your Honour, I am finished with the client, although I never stopped.
By the way, Mr. Rafferty, I am not your client. That's me sister Maisie, and you owe her 20 quid from your last
Your Honour, there again, this case, that's the third witness I've called, and it's obvious that this little daughter, Randy Hitchcock, he was drunk, and that he left Byrnes Pub before closing time. Remember the £24 and the IOU. I mean, I rest my case. I have no case to defend here. I'm finished with you, Miss Wire. Thank you very much. You've been very cooperative and very informative, Mr. Cole. But I don't really...
Thank you, Doc. Thank you, Doc. Miss Pearce, would you like to cross-examine the witness?
Yes, Your Honour.
Please proceed.
Mrs. Maguire, you stated in your evidence that you came to CBHAM in early February, is that right?
Oh, that's true, ma'am. That's very correct.
How many caravans, Mrs. Maguire?
2. One for the family and one for entertaining the male society.
Thank you. No further questions, Your Honour.
You're welcome.
Did you miss that, darling? Thank you. Oh, thank God that smell's gone. Oh, well that seems to be it. It looks to me that the evidence that I've heard is stacked against Garda Hitchcock. I thought, Miss Pearce, you would put up a better show than that, but it seems to me that Doc has won hands down.
Yeah, for the Doc. Thank you.
No, Your Honour. If you permit, I would like to call one witness for the state.
Yes, and who would you like to call?
I would like to call on my learned friend, the man who opposes me here today, Mr. Dermot Lavery.
This is most extraordinary, but Well,
Your Honour,
agreed.
please, this is unheard of. I asked for a recess. How can you take me, Doc Lavery, a respectable barrister up here? This is unheard of. Please, Your Honour, do I have to? Do I?
Yes, I'm afraid, Doc, you must.
You know, how long we went to college and all together and finishing school, I still have to.
This won't save you either, Doc. So. You must stand.
Well, Your Honour, you know the ropes, Doc. Please take out.
I don't really know why I'm here, and at this stage it's not in the least bit amusing. But we'll go ahead just for the wishes to prove my innocence. Yes, Miss Pierce. See. It was a Saturday night.
It was. Continue.
Now, please let me. I mean, I was trying to speak. I was in Byrnes Pub. That's a local little pub, a watering pub down the village, and a very respectable establishment. And there's usually a game of solo going on in the back room. We play there every Saturday night, so that's where I was. I think that's very appropriate for a man of my standing around the community.
Years I thought you couldn't see me.
Do you think so? Who else was playing?
Oh, well, I'll tell you exactly who was playing. All very respectable gentlemen. I actually see one or two of them have come here to the court today, although they're standing in the back there. Anthony Clark was playing from the Dublin Road.
Excuse me, Doc, is that the man that wanted to bring Jack's army to the Grove?
No, please, let's leave that out of that now, please. That's another day. The proprietor of the pub was there, Patsy Byrne. Patrick Hand, or the best, better known as the Butch. Mickey Culligan, another gentleman. And another man that hangs around there sometimes in the hope of getting a game. He's the first sub Christy County from down the street. They were all present.
Was there anybody else, Mr. Lavery?
No, not that I can think of. Although, sorry, now that you mention it, Miss Pierce, come to think of it, yes, the last few weeks there was a gentleman, Superintendent Morris McShane. Superintendent Morris appeared out from the door. Morris, Morris is going to say, give me a pressure box and cancel. Well, Morris appeared also, gentleman, for boy, the way he was on, he's still a gentleman. Morris appeared out, and he had an English lady with him. She was actually a lady called Fifi. Yes, that was her name, Fifi. Yes.
Fifi?
I don't really know much more than that, but she was a very nice lady, and in actual fact, probably shouldn't be saying it here tonight, but I think she actually rather had, like a lot of the girls around the place, a bit of a fancy for me. She was very, very friendly towards me, and she used to give me rather a few smiles around. Yes, Fifi.
Thank you, Mr. Lavery. I put it to you, Mr. Lavery, that this was some game, this solo. There was nobody playing solo. There was in fact a sex video on in that back room with those people like Anthony Clark and Seth playing ball. And the name of the sex video was called Sex at the Castle Waterfall. And everybody was frolicking and smoking pot, including Mr. Kamasutra, Mr. Clary, and Mrs. Biddy McGuire.
But Miss Pierce, please, my career, I could be gone, I could be shattered, I have a young family. How in the name of God could you possibly have known this? Oh, it's Fiji! Oh my God, it was life! Why did you do this to me, Fiji?
Yes, Doc, I was Fifi that night. And I'll take my panties back before you are put inside. Today I am Gareth Byrne.
Mr. Lavery, you must step down.
I really stood down after this.
Miss Pierce, would you like to sum up the proceedings, please?
I would be delighted, Your Honour.
Please proceed.
When Mr. Kamasutra arrived in Ireland in early February, marijuana, an illegal substance.